Hey y'all, it's Katie. Welcome back to From My Vanity and welcome to another arm and eye swatch video. And today we are going to be swatching the Dose of Colors Desi x Katy Friendcation palette. Per usual, I have my little helper down on the ground, crawling around and playing while mommy films this, so don't mind the noises below. Now, if you're new to my eye swatch videos, I will go ahead and leave a playlist up here, I believe it is, if you want to watch all or just see all of the different palettes that I have done swatches on. But basically, I'm just taking a eyeshadow palette, the Friendcation palette in this case, and I'm swatching it on my eyes. I also swatch them on my arms, but that's really not the focus of the video and nothing too original, but I am swatching them on my eyes a couple different ways to give you guys the most helpful demonstration of the palette without like showing you a ton of tutorials, which I just don't have time to. I can at least put them all on my eyes in a couple different ways to show you the quality and just show you how they blend out, how they stick, if they work better on a concealer base or no concealer base, prime dyes, not prime dyes, that sort of thing. So that is what we are going to be doing today. Per usual, I do want to run over everything that I'm going to be doing during the course of the eye swatch video. So if you've already watched these and know the gist of it, here is the time that you can skip ahead to. But if you have not seen one of my videos, I do highly encourage you to listen to the next part just so you know going into it, because I can't put everything in there or the video would be so long. So this information I'm about to give you is helpful for you to know going into, so you know how I prepped and what brushes I use and that sort of thing. Okay, so for the arm swatches, I don't do anything fancy. I literally just take my finger, swirl it around, and then take it on my arm and do it a couple times, and that's that. I tend to just do it until I feel like it looks decent. So sometimes it only takes 1 or 2 swipes and it looks great. Sometimes I really kind of rub it and give it some time. I leave it all in there so I still feel like it's helpful for you guys instead of just doing like sticking to 2 swatches. I just kind of do whatever feels right in the moment, and you guys can see how long it takes, what it looks like, how long it takes to build up, all that kind of thing. So arm swatches are pretty chill, nothing specific there. I don't put any primer, powder, nothing down on my arm beforehand, nothing on my fingers beforehand. Nothing fancy. So my eyes is a different story. I definitely do a lot more there. On one eye, I put down a concealer base. So for this video, my right eye, you're gonna see that I have concealed, and I am just using the Makeup Revolution Conceal and Define. This is one of my favorites to conceal my eyelid. And then on my left eye, I don't put anything down. I just take a little bit of setting powder. In this case, I'm using the Essence All About Matte Fixing Compact Powder, and I put a little bit of that on my eye with a very fluffy brush. I try not to do too much to make it, hinder the eyeshadow I'm putting on top, but I do like to set a little bit of powder just to make sure I have no oils coming through or, residue makeup remover from previous swatches when I remove them. I don't want either of those to hinder and make the eyeshadow do funky things. I don't want to misrepresent the eyeshadow quality. So that is why I always do that on the eye that I leave bare. For the brushes that I use for all the matte shades, I go in with a little fluffy brush. This is a Moda Pro BMX-430 crease brush, and I just dip it in a little bit to knock it off once and then blend it up into the crease. And then once it looks decent, I take the Sonia Kashuk Tools number 28 brush, dip it in, knock it off, and then I pat it over my lid. And I do that to both eyes, both the primed and the not primed eyes. And this is to kind of give you guys an idea of 1, how mattes look blended up into the crease, and 2, also how they look packed on and blended up into the crease, packed on the lid. So if you're someone who likes to do all matte looks or likes to pack it on the outer corner, you'll be able to see the quality of how well it'll stick and the pigmentation it gives you in that respect. So that is what I do for the mattes on both eyes. For these shimmers, now I am going to be doing this different than I typically do shimmers, only because the Dose of Colors, their formula is very different than just a regular shimmer or metallic. They don't take as much care as their original little quad, but me just playing with it and playing with the swatches of it and trying it out, I noticed that it does take a little bit of extra work, or not even extra work, just different techniques than I would typically do for a shimmer or metallic. So for example, I usually use my $1 e.l.f. eyeshadow brushes for all shimmer and metallic shadows, but I was playing with it and trying to use that, and that type of brush just is not picking up this type of metallic shadow. So instead, I am going to be using the Smashbox Buildable Concealer Brush because it has a very flat tip, and it does a much better job at picking up the shadows and the shimmers and the glitters in this palette than the eyeshadow brush does. So this is what I'm going to be using, a very flat brush, and I'm going to be really trying to pick it up so that I can press it onto my eyes. And for these metallic shadows, I am just going to be swiping it onto my lid. I'm not going to be doing any kind of serious blending into the crease, nothing like that. So yeah, I think that is about it. Between swatches, I just clean my brush on the dry makeup brush cleaner and then wipe it on a towel. I usually grab a white towel so I can make sure there is no more residue left from the from the previous shadow. And then I clean my eyes off with a makeup remover. I'm using the Almay makeup remover if you're curious, and I pat my eyes dry, give it a second to breathe, and go on with the next swatch. But yeah, I think that is all that I do to prepare for these, so you guys have all the information now. Let's just get on into the swatches. So there you have it. I hope those swatches were helpful, and also try to put little information below while I'm swatching them out on my eyes so you guys can kind of get my feel for the palette. So that is going to do it for this video. Per usual, I like to keep these eye swatch videos pretty short and sweet and keep to just showing you guys how this palette performs and looks on the eyes and how they work, blending out, building up, that sort of thing. So I hope that was very helpful to you guys. I do still see it for sale on the Ulta website. I have no idea if this is limited edition. I have no idea when it's going to disappear, but I am going to do my best to try to get this out to you guys so that if you were like on the fence, or if you were thinking about it, or if it goes on sale again, I hope this is helpful for you guys. But thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you very soon in my next video. Bye guys.